Um, the name I was given to as a child is Bash Kuchu Eish. And Bash Kuchu Eish is, means he who gets his wants and needs through spiritual ways. And I didn't realize it as I got older how much responsibility that name has. You all have your own Tiosh Bae and your own clan. And it's really important that you talk to your elders, children, and talk about getting a spiritual name. That's how our ancestors identify us. Because it's really important what I'm about to say to you. This thing called domestic violence and sexual assault, this behavior of being physically abusive. What do I mean by physically abusive? Hitting, punching, kicking. And not just physical abuse, but verbal abuse, calling names, making fun of each other. We need to stop this, because if we don't, then our people are going to become something else. We won't be Hunktawa, we won't be Oglala, we won't be Kuiwachasha, Absaloga, we won't be any tribe anymore if we don't watch our behavior. And we need to get a hold of it now. There is more and more stressors out there with this technology of Facebook and internet and cell phones. Information can travel real fast. But no matter how technical and how fast technology can get, that still can't match the knowledge of our ancestors. That's where the power is. That's where the freedom is. That's where the beauty is. Our culture is our strength. I'll say that again. Our Indian culture is our strength. We have elders that were told not to speak their language. They have scars in their memory about that. We know that for those younger people. And when they didn't want to teach us our language, it wasn't that they were ashamed of it. They wanted to protect us. Because believe it or not, people, at one time it was really uncool to speak your language. It was really uncool to be Indian at one time. Believe that. And something happened. And I'm not sitting up here telling you how to be. I'm sitting up here telling you in this loud voice so you can hear me way back there. I'm speaking to you out of humility, and it's an honor to work with the men here. I believe what I'm doing. And I too need to be put in check. I too need to be. Look at your behavior, Richard. Every day I need to be told that. To look at my behavior. Because there's something out there that wants you not to be Indian. There's something out there that's telling you don't be proud of being native. Because in our native culture, believe it or not, being abusive to our family members and our partners, it was not in there. It was not in the teachings. I want to thank all of you for coming out here. And I especially want to thank the men who are out here. I see a few men out there. At this time, not to embarrass anybody, I want the men to stand up, please. Anajipua. Women, look at these men. They're here standing. Look at them. There's some men out there who care enough for our children, who care enough about our culture and our ways to be here. I want to thank them for doing that. Aho, padamya pado. Because I hear too many times there's no men out there who don't care. I just pointed out some in a good way. I want to thank all those poetry writers who put pen to paper. They're all winners. Who had the courage to write about that. I grew up in a really, really violent home. I was so ashamed of the abuse I was getting as a boy. I was so ashamed that I couldn't even talk right. I was told I was mentally what they call schizophrenic. The abuse was so bad. I was told all these things and all these labels and all these things. The Washichus told me that I wouldn't amount to anything. You're going to be in prison. You're going to be dead. That's where you're ending. I don't want you in my class. You fight too much. That's what was told to me. When I see those people that talk like that to me and how they see me now, it makes my heart feel good. Because change is possible. Change is possible. It is very possible. No matter how young you are, how old you are, change is very possible. But I do understand how hard it is. I do understand what it is to be told you're no good, you're no good, you're no good over and over every day. I know what that's like. How to break free from that mental prison that we have in our thoughts, in our tawachis. Every psychological teaching out there, believe it or not, our culture has a word and a way to deal with that. Believe it or not. We come from brilliant thinkers, not just singing and dancing and beadwork. We come from brilliant thinkers that knew what it was like to be in our bodies with breath as human beings. And how to be with one another. It's in our language. And how we're supposed to be with one another in our relations. That's what it's about. It's about loving yourself, and that's so powerful you can love another person. And that's supposed to be in our family. But what is it like now sometimes? There's so much violence going on. And so much ugly behavior and words to one another. I understand. I grew up that way too. Really wrong. I grew up really wrong. But now I'm trying to live in a good way. And I'm not perfect, just like all of you. But I'm trying every day to be a good man, because I know I'm just a spirit on this journey while I'm in this body, because I'm going to see my relatives. But right now I want to live life. I don't want to survive anymore. I'm a survivor of sexual abuse. I'm a survivor of domestic violence. I'm a survivor of racism. I'm a survivor of fighting. I don't want to be a survivor anymore. I want to live, and I want to live with my life with love with my children and my family. That's what I want, because when I see my elders, they're going to look at me. They're going to say, you did your best. That's what I want when I see them, because I know I'm going to see them in the spirit world when I'm done with this body. That's what I want. And I want that for you. When I come, any man who comes to my class, come and check it out. The men out here are not in there. You're going to see how we do it. We got to unlearn this violence that we've been through. We got to unlearn that negative thinking. We got to unlearn that way of thinking that doesn't serve us well. It doesn't mean you're cured when you're done. It just means you learned a few things or two. And I'm thankful that I was able to have you in my class. We have some men here. And I got permission. When we do our class, we talk about our issues that are hurt, that we've been through, and the behavior that we've done in our class, our men's re-education, and how much culture is our strength. I want to thank this young man tonight. Today is a special day too. He finished his classes that's required by court. I want to say thank you, Raj. Would you stand up, please? This man finished today. He told me not to have him come up and talk, so I'll let him talk. I want to thank you, Raj, with your laughter and our tears and what we learn in class. It's powerful. It's powerful. I want to thank the other men in class who are here. Our men's re-education, because it's serious business what I'm doing. I know, and I don't take it for granted. There are a lot of players out there that play with human beings and human spirits. I know that. What I do is serious business, because I look at the little children. And I look at the women folk. We're supposed to protect them. And I want to thank my teachers out there who told me to look at myself. with Creator's love, look at myself. And I try to do that every day. I'm thankful for this life. I'm thankful for all of you being here, and I want to thank the ones who made this meal, this medicine, this food, and the servers who gave us this food. And I want to thank this horse rider. We're a horse culture. We were at one time. So with a few words, I wanted to say thank you to our elders here. Some of you out there are more powerful than me. They're more gifted than me in some area. I want to thank you for speaking in front of you this way. I want to thank Sharon and your program and the drum. That song echoes into the spirit world, and they watch and they look at us. They recognize every one of you. Aho, mitako awas.
Thank you, Richard, for those powerful words. And congratulations for all of those of you who have taken the class, are taking, and who have completed. This is a big step towards that journey and of unity, happiness, and pride. Because we deserve to be happy. We deserve to be proud. We are proud. And so it's a good day today. Congratulations. We're going to have another